Rod Sampson. You can call me Sam the Barber. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was born to Carson and Doris Lloyd Sampson, and I am the youngest of 4 children, the baby boy. Fortunately, I lost my dad, my older sister, and my brother. But as life go on, I'm fortunate to still have my sister, my younger sister, and my mom here. And I was blessed to be married and have 5 beautiful children. I was born in 1970, so I'm a 70s baby, is what they would call it. I grew up in Bushwick Projects, and at the age of 14, I think that's where I first picked up my pair of clippers. And when I picked up my first pair of clippers, I knew that my hand belonged around that metal Andis clipper. I started cutting hair because it became easy for me to do this. It was in my blood and it's my passion. So shortly after I started cutting hair, my dad put me in barber school at about 16 years old. Before I graduated from barber school, I already was working at my first shop. Shortly after that, I opened my shop. I went from a place called Hairbank, from Hairbank to another place on Flushing Avenue. Then we moved to Troop Avenue. Me and my buddy Matthew, we call him my play brother, and we opened up a shop there. That was our first shop. On Troop Avenue between Park and Flushing. Never forget that place. That's a place that got me started. You now own the shop now.
Yeah. This is Big L. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me you had one.
Oh, it's my barber from, man, we talking 89, 90.
Damn.
Long time, man, long time.
Yeah.
I said, we the spice now.
And how long now you own the shop? I used to cut your hair when you was, how old you was?
listen. We talking about 13, 14.
14, and now you own the
Now
shop.
I own this spot right here. This
Wow.
man, listen. I remember coming here and just watching and learning.
Success story. That's a success story.
Yes. And
man,
inspiration, man.
Inspiration.
Real inspiration.
That's
Real
what's up,
inspiration.
Alright.
They want to do what I do, man.
That's what's up.
Broadway guys.
You said from Flushing and Broadway?
Flushing and Broadway, right? Hairbank. That's
Hairbank. Right.
That's what was Hairbank. Then you moved. It was on Flushing Ave.
Right.
Only for a hot minute though before you came here.
Right. You came here.
You know what I'm saying? Then when you came here, I remember you put the Dick Tracy in the dude here and drew the Dick Tracy. Looked at it and do. When the movie was coming out, that was popular too. I don't know what year that was.
That was about 90.
That was about 90.
That was like 1990.
Man, listen.
I'm taking it back, man.
Take it back.
That's
I can
what's
take
up
it
right
back.
there.
This is the first guys with the air tank,
With the air tank, air compressor.
blowers.
Yep.
First ones, and all that. It's official. Speed, quality, designs, cuts, everything. Everything, man.
And that was in late 80s,
Yes,
early 90s.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you banging them out.
Hey, man, it goes on. You know, to start the legacy, you got to help continue it. Some way, we know that. You never forget where you come from.
That's what's
Like
up.
how you got here.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Dropping knowledge for sure.
Being a young buck, I was just like any other kid. I love the 80s, man. The 80s was a blessing to me. The parties that I went to, the clothes, the trends that was happening. I was able to see the birth of a culture that it seems like no one can live without right now. So I got to see a lot of things. And that's what helped me become who I am as a barber. My dad was a pastor of a church on Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn. Along with owning a barbershop, he was very strict, so he taught us how to have morals and have values. I think that was a major thing in his life. New York was a hard place. New York was a real hard place, man. Bushwick Projects, Bed-Stuy, Tompkins, Marcy. Sumner, all those places is a hard place. Growing up, a lot of friends of mine died. A lot of good friends of mine. A lot of friends of mine is locked up right now. A lot of gangsters, major gangsters who were good friends of mine. You have to learn how to be a people's person. You have to learn how to be someone who can start a conversation, begin it and finish it. You have to be someone who can give some sort of consulting, because you get all types of people in your chair. And I don't think I'll ever stop. Something very serious to me. It's in my heart. And I really believe that before I leave this earth, that there will be a lot of people who will know that I have left a legacy, not just by cutting hair, but by speaking into their life. Say like, wow. I don't think I ever lived without clippers, or, I needed to have them in my life. Like, it's important. So if you have a passion for something, you love it. Every style, there's no limits to where you can go in this business. If you do this right and give them the service. I think most shops are missing service. Most shops are missing the service. I walked in a lot of shops. We just moved to this area in Houston, and I've done my homework. I've walked into a lot of barbershops. So I think the barber industry, we could take it to a whole nother level with our service. So it's not just about anybody could cut good. There's always going to be the next young kid who's going to be the next best young sharp haircut, razor sharp hairline. There's always going to be that kid who can do that. I don't think that never stops. I think that's good for the business. Especially with the styles, it makes you upgrade, it makes you learn more. We should always be a student to this professional business that we are a part of, whether it's a design or whether it's some type of straight hair, some type of niche, or even building your business. I've owned plenty of shops throughout the 30 years. You can have a six-figure income simply by just building your brand. And if you build your brand in the right way, you can take your life to a whole nother level. You can learn how to invest, how to put your money in the right place. And if you're watching this video, you probably say, who am I called to be? You're called to be a barber. Somebody has to do it. And if any of you have been to barber school and know the history of being a barber, we're not going to get into all of that right now. But since the beginning of time, barbers always existed. Your brand and your marketing, your brand is made up by your marketing. If you have an awesome market plan, I promise you, and if you just get on your grind and just grind from day in to day out, you will see the results. Never stop educating yourself. If you stop educating yourself, you decided to stop learning. If you stop learning, guess what? You're going to be a mediocre barber. You're going to be a regular barber. But if you want to be better and if you want to be a better barber, you have to never stop learning. I had to learn what hair units was. I extended my hands to find out what microblading is. I wanted to know this because my clients started asking me, can you do microblading? And I said, no, I don't do that stuff, but I didn't even know what it was. And when I found out what it was, I said, what? $400 a client, $200, $300 a client, hair units, men want hair units. It's like, what? $300 a client? It's like, wow, I can make $2,000, $3,000 in a day rather in a week. So we always have to make it our business to never stop educating ourselves, because when we stop educating ourselves, what happens is we never take our life to the next level. If you want to take your life to the next level, follow me, subscribe, join me on my journey. And what I'm going to be doing is, since I moved here to the Houston area, what we decided to do was to start from ground up. And so I'm starting from ground up. I don't know no one here, and I want you to join me on my journey. We came here with no friends, no family, and so what we're doing is we building from ground up. Have maybe 1 or 2 clients, and I planned on building my brand. Nobody knows me here because I never had to market here in Houston. So what I'm doing is building my brand from ground up, and I'm going to be walking with you, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, and I'm going to show you how I get my grind on, and you're going to see week by week as I grow. If you promise to stick around with me and just stick it out with me and see what I'm doing, I promise you, if you do what I'm doing, you're going to explode. I've left so many clients in Brooklyn. I left so many clients in Virginia. Wherever I was at, I built a clientele. I built a name for myself to make money in barbering. And so now I plan to tell you my secrets, tell you what I'm going to do, tell you how I'm going to do it. You don't have to be the best barber in the world, but you have to know what you're doing. You don't have to be the greatest talker in the world, but you have to have some personality. All right?